Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Palembang. In previous episode, we managed to capture a decent chunk of the inland Australia. There's still quite a bit to conquer, but we're not too badly situated right now. We do not have a truce with the Portuguese Australia, and they are actually fighting a war right now, which they might be losing. There's 26,000 natives sitting down there over here. So if they, or when they lose that, I suppose, rather, that does mean that, is their capital still on this side, or did they move that? I think they moved that back to Tasmania. Yeah, they moved that in here. Okay, so we could potentially speed up things a little bit by conquering their Australian side of holdings, and then let the natives take over the New Zealand, and then we can conquer the natives later on, but that's fine. Another thing that we could do is we could actually start planning for, not necessarily attacking quite yet, but planning for a conquest of Taiwan, or we might vassalize them. And then, I don't know if that is going to increase the range that our ships can raid before the coastal raiding or not. If it does, then that's going to be a whole lot of money that we can get from here. If not, then, you know, it's at least a vassal that we can eventually annex. Because right now we're lacking quite a bit in admin points. And we're still very much behind in admin points. So we should actually switch our focus down there. It does mean that we are getting... You know what, actually, we could maybe get rid of the global naval engagement at this point. So we don't lose the extra diplo point per month. The fleets are still going to be pretty decent regardless. So I'm not too concerned about that. We could also, before we unpause, I'm going to pay off one of the loans. So that's going to reduce the interest rates a decent bit. Could have paid a second one, but it's just to help a little bit with the income. Oh, and Palembang is claiming some of our provinces. I do also... Okay, that's the transport fleet over there. Trying to get oriented again. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of carols down here. Is there a lot of raiding to be done? Now, there's one over here that we could get 11 ducats from. I suppose there is some down here in New Zealand and Australia, but we don't have a fleet down that way, really. We've got the small fleet over here, which... I guess right now is not doing anything. I'll just get it down this way then. Oh, and Benton has a bit of revolt. Now, we did have the troops there preparing already. So this should be fairly easy battle then. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, and Spockmania got a trait. Inspirational Leader. Morale of armies plus 5% and morale recovery speed plus 10%. Oh, and there we go. Malacca is getting seized down by Ayutthaya, which... Malacca tried to conquer Patani. But Patani is a tributary of Ayutthaya, so Ayutthaya is kind of kicking their butt, and if we are lucky in this war, maybe we'll get some of our provinces returned. Unlikely though, but it's a possibility. Patani wants to go through my lands, I guess that's fine. I'm okay with that. Oh, right, and then we still need to get one more core down over here. We don't have any more war exhaustion. Of course, now that more and more of the cores are done, the overextension is going down, which reduces the amount of corruption that we need to take care of. There's still quite a bit, mind you, but it's not as bad. Oh, Mayor announced me as a rival. Well, that's fair, I suppose. Let's just double check. We did raid the... Yeah, we did raid the Bay of Bengal fairly recently. There is a bit of stuff in Kilwa that we could raid. We don't have ships... No, actually, we've got ships over here. Well, let's get these Mauritius first. Oh, right, and Kilwa's getting seized down by Portugal quite heavily. I mean, Portugal has at least... well, some of their South African holdings have been sieged down, but that's about it. But we are going to be getting at least a Diplotech soon. We are... I'm kind of pondering if I... Oh, Primes go... Okay, more corruption. Just what we needed. Oh, well, there goes truce with Malacca. Okay, okay. Who are they still allied to? If anyone. Transoxiana and Pasai. I mean, Pasai is... Well, okay, yeah, we've got a bit of stuff there. I don't know if I'd be able to deal with them on my own quite yet, so I'm just going to let them Ayutthaya seize down everything, which they seem to be doing fairly well. Fairly well indeed. Oh, Austria is... Oh, right, of course. We can see the HRE and all that. So Austria is massive in there, and of course Britain is pretty massive as well. Hungary is quite humongous as well. And then Ottomans have started pushing pretty far east. They actually, you know... What would be, I guess, modern-day Pakistan. So, yeah, that's actually a lot closer to me than one might have thought initially. I'm not going to want to spend diplo points on this, so I'm just going to take the prestige hit. And we've got another core down here in Australia. That's yet another one. Local traders demand 8. Pontiac. You know what? We'll just take the unrest. I don't really want to be spending all that money right now. Because our income is still a bit low, especially with the corruption rooting out. Beyond that, I mean, we could do quite a bit of raiding, but... oh, we could do a whole lot of raiding here again. Huzzah! There we go, the 70 ducats. That's just transport, so we can't use that one for raiding, but I guess we can just keep an eye on this particular fleet here. Well, now we could get the... oh, yeah, Diplomatic. Let's get that one. That's going to speed up the colony growth. Plus, also, it gives better galleys and... or heavy and light ships. So that's good. And, yes, we've got that. How looking on... oh, yeah, the expenses are still pretty high. But we did get a lot from raiding, I suppose there's that. Where's the fleet down here? Keep a bit of an eye on this one. It's... oh, actually, the bigger fleet. Yeah, there we go. Let's rate that. That's 55 ducats. And also rate another 13 ducats from there. And another... well, 3 ducats, I guess. Hey, there we go. Conversion completed. So how's the religious map mode looking like? We have converted a decent chunk of Australia. There's still a decent bit of the... mostly inland, I suppose. Well, there's a little bit on the coastline as well, but largely inland that we have yet to convert. But alright. Oh, there's a bit of... right, Brunei is having a revolt soon, so let's go ahead and transport the troops from here to this way. Where's the other... oh, right, that's in Australia. Oh, there we go. The Brunei revolt is not happening anymore. And actually, we do have some troops down here, don't we? Yes, we do. We do rebel suppression, except we can't go through the areas over here. So, well, we can do a little bit of rebel suppression, I suppose. It's not going to be sufficient, but it is what it is. Do we still have troops with... oh, yeah, we've got troops with the remaining 3 over here. Oh, and we can increase trust with our vassal over here. Because right now it's 61. If we increase that a bit further, we might be reducing their liberty size sufficiently. Well, not yet, but it's now 61%. So we're slowly getting to the point where we can actually start annexing them. And now we can get the Miltech. I'm kind of tempted to not take it yet. Because if we do take it, that's going to cause some issues for us. So we're going to save out the points for now. Whatever we go into, or prepare to go to a war, or once we get the advent... oh dear, we just lost the general. You know what, actually we can recruit another general in the meanwhile. 3200. I mean, okay for combat, not great for sieging. It'll do for now. Still spending a lot of money. Is there... yeah, there's gotta be... ooh, right, yeah, we got the fleet raiding over here in Bay of Bengal already. I forgot about that. Well, I guess we could send in the... where do we have the big fleet again? Oh, it's down here, right. Go and get to Bintan, and then we'll go to Straits of Malacca. Oh, actually, we can sail directly to the Straits. And we can repay one loan. We'll extend the others, because we can't afford paying the rest of them. But that's going to reduce the interest rates a little bit. Oh, 110 ducats. Well, there we go. That's a decent bit. So I'm kind of interested to see what Malacca is going to lose in this war. Ottomans declare war on Bear. Ah, right over here. Oh, I suppose, yeah, the Ottomans are bloody massive. Oh, right, Morocco got pushed basically mostly down to sub-Saharan Africa. Tunis is still relatively strong, but that's probably because they're allied to Ottomans. Yeah, that would do it. Oh, Britons, yeah. They're fighting France, Austria, and Scotland. Where's Scotland anyway? Oh, Orkney. Or Shetland, rather. Yeah, okay. Oh, I forgot that they also took over most of Denmark. And then Denmark took over Norway. Well, parts of Norway, anyway. It's a crazy world. Okay, well, we dealt with the rebellion essentially over here. I'm just going to go and transport these troops down into southern Australia briefly. And we could then use that army to just wreck... oh, did they actually... oh, yeah, they did lose the provinces in there. So now if we were to fight a war against Australia, we can actually annex them fully. And getting that... oh, well, there's the revolt. I guess we'll need to land next to that. Oh, I guess we can raid over there someone. Oh, it's a Spanish island, right. Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting there in time, so we'll go to Tharawal instead. We'll deal with the separatists soon enough. Bit more separatism in there, though, but that's alright. Hey, we can get the last core underway. And after that, we'll save the points for getting the Atlantic. Hopefully, at least. I wonder if I could, Oh, they're getting a core on this province as well, okay. Oh, Indrapura. Oh, hold on a minute. The peace was done. So Malacca will say Garrick to Patani. Malacca will become tributary of Ayutthaya. Malacca will release Indrapura as sovereign state. They'll be guaranteed by Ayutthaya for the duration of the truce. And they will pay some money. Okay, so we did not get any new lands, of course. And they are now part of a... Well, they are a tributary under Ayutthaya. I suppose Indrapura over here. Right, they're guaranteed by Ayutthaya, but for how long? Also, are you allied to Ayutthaya? That does complicate things a little bit. But I suppose that does mean that Oh wait, Pasaya is still allied to Malacca. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the revolt dealt with. Let's go and de-siege the province. So, who is Malacca allied to? Kedah and Pasai. Kedah is... Oh, okay. There's also Longfang that's allied to Sunda, Kedah, and Palembang. And Palembang over here is allied to... Oh, right, they are tributary of Sunda. So they're allied to Longfang. Now, Sunda isn't really a huge issue because their fleets... Yeah, we can defeat their fleets quite easily. And after that, it's just so we can see through whoever we want to. The question is, do I want to... I could try getting some more vassals, I suppose. So that we can save up on admin points right now, because the admin points are very, very limited currently. There we go, we dealt with that. I suppose we'll get the troops over here, ready to do another war against the Portuguese Australia. Oh, Japan announced me as a rival. Alright then. How's the privateering options in here? I suppose there's a little bit, but that fleet is actually unable to do it. Oh, there's a bit of Sunda that we could be raiding over here. I do wonder, actually, where's the... Is this... Oh, this is trying to return to the second fleet. Oh, well, okay. It's just chasing it around. Failing to do so. Well, we got the big fleet over here. We can go ahead and do a quick raid along the Sunda coastlines. But at least the corruption cost has gone down a decent bit. So we're only losing like 1 knockout a month currently. Which is still maybe a bit too much, but... It could be worse. There we go. So that's 42 ducats from the islands to the east of Java. Level 3 advice is probably too expensive for us. I'll just take the prestige. There we go. Another 21 ducats. We'll get another 32. I guess we are actually going to turn Sulu into a level 2 port over here now. Because that's, honestly, that's going to allow us to hopefully get the global trade here a little bit faster. It is currently spreading, well, at 0.4 per month, so not very quickly. So it's going to take a while before we can actually embrace the institution. We don't need to embrace it yet, because we are still so much behind in tech. So we do want to keep an eye on that. Oh, Australia. You poor thing. How about a... Take over your provinces. Move over here. We can send in the fleet down here to blockade your capital. We'll go ahead and move across the straits. This should be one of the easiest wars. Ah, they moved their fleet in here. Okay, well, let's go ahead and stop that. I don't enjoy your transports being there in the way. There we go. We're going to repair, of course, outside there. That's good, and we'll be getting basically all of these provinces from them. Election. We'll keep the current ruler unless the trade is... No, the industrial is really good. Yeah, we'll keep the current ruler so we actually get a bit more points now, finally. There we go, so 522. We already seized down the province over there, so can we actually... Yeah, probably won't be able to keep... or do the rebel suppression down here yet, but that doesn't really matter too much. So we've got the troops in here. They've got militech of 17, so they are higher tech than we are, by quite a wide margin, actually. Well, 2 levels. We could, technically speaking, get this, but I'm gonna hold off for now to reduce the cost from that. Or associated with that. That reminds me, where's the big fleet? We were still doing some raiding, weren't we? Here we go, 29 ducats. And let's go and raid some more Pasai. And then, I suppose... Oh, yeah, we're gonna start going around... Well, at least a little bit up the coastline here. And there we go, we sank the fleet. 29... Also go ahead and make sure that you start moving in here. Go ahead and hopefully win the battle. Oh yeah, we got the numbers advantage large enough. Oh, of tea and sugar. So tea and sugar prices go up. Now, we do produce a little bit tea. We don't produce a whole lot of sugar, mind you. I think we've got like maybe 1 or 2 provinces for that. Let's detach a siege and go for the capital. We're going to move in the fleet down there. We're not going to raid the coast actually at this point. We'll be taking these provinces soon enough anyway. But we will be raiding the coast over here at Irrawaddy Delta, and then let's get to Araka coast. Oh, Katapanga's naval supplies. That will be kind of handy later on. Not right now though, but it'll do. And we can get the fleet back in here. So we could potentially do a war against Basai. That would call in Malacca, which would mean that we can then once again siege down their capital area over here. But of course, I don't know if they might be able to go around a little bit. So we'll probably hold off on the war for now. At least for a little bit longer. There we go, we'll siege down another province. Let's just get these troops to help. Although, right, let's get the... Oh no, we don't have enough ships for naval barrage. Okay, let's send these transports in. That should be enough then. Let's also combine the army, and then... How much are we making money right now? Well, tiny bit. Tiny bit. Well, there we go. That's... Oh, wow, we actually won that siege already. No, that's not the peace deal that I want. The peace deal that I want is complete another surrender from you, and a bit of money as well. There we go. So now we control the entire coastline of Australia. Yeah, that was full annexation. I guess I'm gonna actually hold off on coring those provinces for a little while, which is gonna kind of bite us in the butt in the long run. Get these transports back here. We'll get these troops elsewhere now. Where's the next... I suppose one of the options would be to go for... Maybe vassalize Waitaha. Like, we have a vassal New Zealand over here or something. That could be somewhat handy. I need to consider that. Like, how much would it... Well, I suppose we won't be... Oh yeah, they got 2 allies. They've got a decent bit of troops there. How's their Miltic? And they got 15, so they are on par with us. Alright then, so yeah, we're not necessarily going to fight them quite yet. We might just get these troops out of here and get them back to Indonesia or something. I suppose Luwa would be another option for a bit of fighting there. Or we could prepare for a war against Langfang. Okay, over there. You've got some allies though. Actually, you've got loads of allies. What about Banja? Right, you're a tributary Sunda, you've got Bali, Lu, and Barao. And is Bali a tributary? Yeah, they are. Who do they have as tributaries? So Bali, Blambang, and Banja. Okay, so those three. So Lu is not. But you've got Bali, Brunei, Banja, and Barao. You've got a whole lot of allies. And Brunei, you only got Lu, so we could actually go for that then. Go for Brunei, and then... Actually, let's just get to here. If we do the war against Brunei, we can actually just get the Marines from Katapang to hold the line there for a while at least. Focus down Luwu, get the stuff from them. Although, first of all, we still need to get the admin tech, which we are unable to get yet, but we'll only need 450 points or so before we can do that. And then after that, we'll actually unlock another idea group, which is probably going to be, well, first of all, the Miltech, and then we'll be getting the quality ideas with that. Improves both navies and land troops. So we kind of have, well, we have a lot more navies than land troops, to be fair. We kind of need both. Oh, there we go. That's another conversion done. Excellent. I suppose the conversions are still somewhat expensive, but we are actually making money now, finally. It's not a huge amount of money, but it is money nonetheless. Inflation is also quite significant, though, but that's to be expected. Also, where's the... Right, yeah, we did bring this one back. Any more raiding that we could do? There's a little bit in here. Well, I suppose we can just keep an eye on this fleet, do a bit of raiding. That's 75 ducats, actually, not bad. Then another 47 ducats. I'm going to go out and build something that would improve our income. So, workshop, there's... Oh, actually, is that... Oh, tobacco. I mean, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We've still got 3 loans, so that's over... or around 1,000 ducats. Well... Almost 900 ducats, rather, that we still owe. But we can start paying that back soon enough. Or slowly start paying that back soon enough. I've also started transferring the trade power from Malacca into... Or from Moluccas into Malacca. And once we get Palembang back, which might still take a while, But it's probably doable. We will need to increase our army size probably to really take advantage of that. We'll get another... Alright, yeah, to build the Marines we'll need to do it kind of manually, but we'll get that to 5,000 men at least, that particular army. And then where's the other... Right, we have the 8,000 over here. I don't know if the artillery counts as or causes penalties for the Marines. I'm gonna hope not. So we'll get 2 artillery for that Marine army in here. So we'll get to at least the 35,000 total men, or yeah, total, I don't know, manpower in our army, which is still not a whole lot, but it does help. Oh, Mombasa, Makua, and Butua. Alright then. Portugal's no longer a valid rival. Oh, yeah, they took a lot of land. Is Portugal actually a lot stronger than we are? Probably. You know what, Japan? I'm gonna rival you. We're still so much behind in admin tech. So we need to do a lot of work on... Oh, what's this then? Silk fabrics. Oh, so the price of silk increases by 25%. I mean, that's good for Ottomans. Not so good for us. Ah, okay. I guess a bit more autonomy is required. I suppose Portugal, yeah, they're number 5 in the Great Powers list. We are, yeah, quite a bit further down the list. So manufacturers is yet to spawn for another 28 years. We would need 1,800 ducats to actually embrace global trade right now. I'm going to let that spread because, again, we don't need that quite yet for the text that we have. But we will soon need that, of course. Getting the better cannons would be rather nice, though. So, as soon as we get the admin tech, which is right about now... Well, that gives us the plantations. Oh, finally. And then we can get the mill tech, better cavalry, and then let's go out and get the quality ideas underway. There we go. We don't have any quality or any points or enough points to get the quality ideas yet. I think we're going to go with the chambered demi-cannon. Slightly more fire damage. And did we get the... Yeah, let's get these troops in here. We also got the Marine in Borneo that we can get. And yeah, we got these troops ready. For the most part. There we go. And now we're going to start spending some of the admin points again to start coring provinces. Just to get the overextension down. I mean, the overextension actually from most of these is basically nothing. Probably because there's a lot of... Is there devastation in there? No? Okay. Anyway, we can do a little bit of rebel suppression down here with the army. It might not be sufficient. I'm hoping that that's at least going to reduce the effectiveness in there. Good pilots, there's a bit of goods produced and trade value, or we lose base production. You know what, yeah, we should step in to limit any excesses. Alright then, so... Oh no. Right, the native uprising countdown. I mean, that's not too bad. We should be winning that easily. We're getting 70 at least per year. So the colony is growing at a decent speed. Rising support among the Moluccan people, or population. Alright then, that's good. Reducing unrest a bit further, and that is a larger step of the overextension gone. We can also start coring a few more of these provinces. Oh, there we go. So it's the... Right, autonomy is pretty high up here. I guess we are at least starting to core the provinces. And how is our vassal? Are we still able to... No, they still got too high... Yeah, 61 dividends. I suppose we could placate the local rulers again. It's going to cost us a bit of prestige, but we have a decent bit. In fact, I'm going to placate them a second time so we can start annexing them. That's going to give us the province in here. Because they won't really be using that, and it's not too expensive. It's 3 points per month, though, so basically that means that we have not getting a whole lot of diplo points currently. But that's alright. We will be, well, falling a little bit behind, or further behind in the tech than... Ooh, galley combat ability, yes please. That is always appreciated. So we've got a whole lot of devastation in here. So I think the... I usually don't take the Edict of Absolutism. Because the monthly devastation, it's a non-issue most of the time. But right now, I think that's actually going to be very useful on reducing the devastation from the natives. No, left behind by the natives, rather. Oh, Lorraine is a thing? Oh, did they get released? Oh. No. Or maybe they did. Right, Portuguese Australian revolt risk is getting higher and higher. I suppose we could get some more troops in here. Get this to like a... Maybe we'll go for 10 Marines, and we're going to have like a 5 cannons there that we bring in afterwards, if need be, for sieging. We'll get another 2 in here, just so that it's going to be enough to deal with the rebellion, because that is going to fire up soon enough. It's going to be 10,000 versus 10,000. We won't really have... Well, I suppose we could hire a general in there, or we could bring the general into here briefly. That might help. Brunei joined the trade league led by Lu. Okay. Yeah, you got a whole lot of allies there. But you always still got Lu. Okay, so now we need to get the global trade to reduce the cost of the Miltech again, but I suppose it's not too bad. We could maybe just to make sure that we don't go too far ahead. Wait, oh right, let's get the rest of the course underway. Well, at least some of the course underway. There's still 1 more. That's going to take like maybe 3 months to get. Oh, yeah, something like that. Well, now 2. I'm going to go ahead and get ourselves another workshop somewhere. Or, workshop doesn't seem to be paying too much. There's the tax from here would be okay. Because there's a courthouse which could... Actually, how much are we off? We're quite a bit over our carrying capacity. So more courthouses is actually going to be quite useful. I get 2 of them. Start reducing the upkeep. I mean, 1, it's going to save us a little bit on state maintenance. Because right now... And it's reduce the carrying capacity. Spend... Oh, right, where's this revolt? It's all the way up there. Okay, well, we've got a fort right next door. Get these troops in. I didn't realize that there was issues up there as well. But I suppose I should have guessed. There we go. So now I should be heading in there dealing with... They don't have a leader in there, so that does help. We've got the 2 cannons, or cannon regiments. Oh, Spanish California. Alright then. But yeah, we'll deal with that rebellion. We still got the... Actually, is there any more raiding that we could do in the meanwhile? I mean, other than New Zealand. Oh, there is actually a little bit in Coromandel. Do we still have a fleet in there doing privateering? I do. I don't know where exactly... Oh, it's down here, so that won't really be helping. I guess we'll just send the galleys up here again. Go and do a quick little raid up there, so we can get a bit more money. Maybe pay off another loan or 2. Oh, and Egypt has been annexed by Ottomans. So Ottomans are bloody massive. When's the next time that we get more governing capacity from the tech? So it's admin 17. That's still going to take a while. We're pretty far away from becoming an empire. I mean, we've got 621 development, so I suppose we're not that far. We're almost 2/3 of the way there. But there's still a lot of work to do in that from regardless. There we go. We dealt with the rebellion. Oh, and there we go. We increased our vassal already. There we go. Alright, we've got another army in here, which I suppose that's fine. We could have this army help a little bit with the situation in Australia. Or we could even take this to some other area. Potentially actually transport this into Borneo. Because we'll need to wait for a month or 2. Let's get the transports a little bit closer. Just so that we can actually move these troops is the thing. Oh, and there's the uprising, again in Katapang. We can get the last corps underway, and after that we'll get the... Ooh, a Munster. Oh. Right, so Scotland was annexed. Austria will cede Amsterdam to Den Haag. Amsterdam and Den Haag to Great Britain. Also will release Munster as a sovereign state. Okay, so Britain is rather dreadful. Or terrifying, rather. Because, yeah, they've got a whole lot of areas in France and Denmark and all that, so they are much in the mainland. I think they probably have quite a bit of colonies over here in America as well. There's at least pretty in Mexico. There's the Spanish California, of course. There's mostly Iberians hold the South America as per usual. There's a bit of border over here, but Britain hasn't started moving too far into the Asia side of things yet. Sure they will eventually. Now, I do wonder, Spain... No, I don't have claims over here. The Allies Knights and Milan, how big is their fleet? 123 ships. That wouldn't be too bad. So we could potentially get some claims on the Spanish islands over here. Oh, they're building another colony. Okay. They got Yamdena over here, so that's a bit more tea production. We've got Sumba. And they've got these islands in here. They've got a load of them. Right, that reminds me. We had the transporter fleet down here. Let's go ahead and take the units. Transport these into Brunei. That way we can get some of that going. Actually, do we still... Oh, right, because we annex our vassal, we don't need to worry about the increasing trust there anymore. I don't suppose that we won't be able to diplomatically vassalize anyone. I could maybe go ahead and put in a couple diplomats on the outrage countries, just in case. For now, at least. Because we can't ally anyone, we can't, therefore, do a whole lot of things. But if we could maybe reduce some of the outrage against us, there might be less chance of having a coalition form us. Or against us sooner or later. Pasai's got quite a strong general over here with 6 shock. I mean, that's their leader, actually. I do wonder, do you have... No, you are allied only to Zhatelier, so that would be a bit of a problem. When Zhatelier started pushing pretty far south over here. Man, that is somewhat threatening, I would say. How's the raiding opportunities? I mean, there's a lot of it over here. Okay, I'm just going to give you orders to privateer in Malacca, and then eventually you'll probably combine again. They were trying to join in the fleet by repairing, but they were following just behind them, so that every time they arrived to the Z zone, they would just be unable to join in because the other ones were already locked in, moving to the other area. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.